Hello everybody, back here again for our vlog a day, and today is Wednesday the 27th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, really decent time frame, got up and around. Wife was running late, she did not set her alarm, so, and if she claimed she did, but she didn't, because we looked and she hadn't set it, but it was one of those things. She got up though, she got around, she was able to get to work without a problem. Everything went fairly smoothly, but got up, she headed off in a bit of a hurry. I got the dogs outside, jumped in the hot tub, got my bottle of water in me, and a banana. Chilled out for the early morning. Had a new dog getting dropped off for daycare, and I didn't bother doing a meet and greet because it's only for the one day, and I have two dogs here that I know and trust greatly, so I wasn't really too concerned about it. Worst case scenario, if it went poorly, I would just keep them isolated for the day and we'd move on. So it's all worked out well. So they were dropping the dog off this morning. They were heading over to Disney and all that good fun stuff. So they show up, I put the dogs in the bedroom, and they get there, so we go outside, we chat a little bit, bring them in, and as we're talking, the dogs bark in the bedroom, so I go tell them to knock it off, and they listen real well, so which that impressed those people. They're like, oh crap, the dogs actually listen. Most of the time dogs should keep barking. So I got their dog outside, let her run around a little bit in the backyard, got the people out of there finally, because I don't introduce dogs to other dogs when the owners are around, just because there's weird energy sometimes with owners that I don't mess with. So they headed out, and then I went out with the dog, let her play around the yard a little bit. She's like 14-year-old doodle, and she is pretty chill for the most part, and kind of old and lazy, but it is what it is there. So I went ahead and introduced Bistro, which is the big Great Dane looking dog, and he come running out to meet her, and he gave her like one tiny little sniff, and then took off to go around the yard to see if she'd peed on anything, because he wanted to make sure what she'd marked up, which I thought was hilarious. So once that was done, he came back, they sniffed and smelled each other, got that on video, and it all went smoothly, went perfectly fine. They hung out for a few minutes, they're getting along great, so I put Bistro back up, brought the little pit bull out, Remy, or Riley, I don't know why I said Remy, Riley out, and basically let them smell each other, and they were fine. The doodle got a little bit pushy with the whole thing. The Riley tends to get a little heavy sniffing. She gets a little bit aggressive in her sniffs. So in that whole process, the doodle was like, okay, enough sniffing, knock it off, and kind of shoved her around a little bit. But overall, worked out just fine, and only took a second, and they were perfectly chill again. There was no problem. So then after that, brought all three of them together, and they all got along wonderful. So it was a pretty easy day throughout the day. Dogs just chilling out, doing their dog things, and it all went super, super smooth. So I just kind of rotated the dogs in and out of the house with me, because the heat, we didn't want to be outside the whole day. But for the most part, we stayed out. It wasn't too bad, it wasn't too hot, so worked out nicely, and was able to get a few things done here and there, and talked to my wife, and she ended up having just a day at work. It was kind of weird, so but went ahead and I was like, I'll make some meat in the crock pot, slow cooker, what I want to call it, and had a big sirloin steak that I chucked in there with a bunch of carrots and a bunch of mushrooms and a little bit of jus sauce and some chicken broth and an onion, and then a bunch of seasoning, and turned that bad boy on and let it cook, only for 4 hours, well, about 5 hours actually, because she was running late getting home from work, so I added an extra hour to it. But I put it on high. Normally I put it on low and it cooks for like 8 hours. Instead I put it on high, cooked it for 5 hours, and she'd reached out and said she was on her way home finally. And the dog, the new doodle that I have today, was kind of, I don't know, felt like it needed to be near people a lot. She's got a little bit of abandonment issues and whatnot, so I did not want to leave her here on her own, so I waited till my wife got home to go for my run. And by the time she got home, she was sick. I don't know if it was dinner she had last night or what, but she was like not doing well at all, like stomach bug type something going on. So she was in and out of the bathroom a whole bunch of times. I was like, okay, never mind. I didn't want to require her to watch the dogs, which I could have easily stuck the doodle in the bedroom with her probably, and left the other dogs out and not have to worry about things, because they were getting along so well. But if something were to start to go a little sideways, I didn't want her to have to worry about it, because she was trying to take a nap also and rest and all that good fun stuff. So I said, to heck with it, I'm just gonna go ahead and eat my dinner. And I went ahead and ate dinner, and then not long after that, the owner showed up to pick the dog up about 7 o'clock, 7:15, something like that. So after that happened, I was like, yeah, let's go try and run. which I rarely run on a full stomach, and not something I do very often. I like a banana like when I start my run, but for the most part I usually eat dinner. So I'm running like 23 hours after I eat my last meal for the most part, because I only usually eat one meal a day. I'll have a banana in the morning, and then I'll have a banana sometimes right before I run, but it's not really a meal. So I just had a giant sirloin steak and basically big old steak and mushrooms and carrots, and was like, yeah, this might suck. So headed out on the run. I got my little warm-up walk in, and my stomach was feeling all right, so went ahead from there. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and run. It was just the two dogs at the house, and they're perfectly fine with Karen in and out of napping and whatnot she was doing, trying to feel better. And then got, I think, 5.5 miles in, something like that. So I got some good miles in, and then from there was able to get back to the house, grab a shower, and then we chatted a little bit and said to heck with it. So headed back outside, and then had myself a nice cigar, chilled out for the evening while my wife, I think, skipped dinner because she was feeling like shit. So she did put her leftovers away, which I'm sure she'll have tomorrow at lunch. So it all worked out fine. But I grabbed myself a little bowl of Doritos at the end of the day finally, and headed in, watched a little bit of episode of Frasier with her, which she then fell asleep. Only like 5 minutes left in the show, but she fell back asleep before that show was even over, and it is what it is. So I switched over to another show, started watching, and then hung out there a little bit. Dogs went down pretty easy. They were nice and comfy and settling in very well. So that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.